We are rolling. It's a new year, new camera. What better time for a radio room tour today? Hey, welcome back, my friends. My name is Tom. This is the Radio Dog channel, and it's good to have you with me today. I am doing something that I've been thinking about for a while. I am going to give you a little tour of my radio room, or really, it's a radio desk. It's not really a room, it's a corner of my basement. And it's where I hang out. It's kind of my man cave, you might call it, where I do a lot of my videos that you've seen over the years and have most of my radios. My problem lately has been that my radio area has been a total disaster. I've had a desk full of wires and tools and broken parts and, uh, you know, things disassembled and not put back together, and it's just been a real mess. I took some time last week to really do a complete makeover and clean up, and I think it's finally ready to display to you. Now, I thought today, rather than what would be customary, is me taking the camera and kind of pushing it around the room and narrating things as I go, I thought I would put together a cinematic radio room tour. So here it is. I hope you enjoy it. You have seen sillier things. I know. I know you've seen sillier things. So a lot of you were probably looking at that and thinking, well, it's just a desk with some mod lights and a radio in the middle of it and a bunch of junk and really not that much else. But my friends, every man's home is his castle, and it's what I got, and I'm a simple guy. You can enjoy the hobby with pretty minimal stuff. This is not a competition. It's not about stacking up the most expensive equipment that you can possibly manage. Now, some people are into that, and that's great if you have the resources and that's your particular thing. I tend to be a bit of a minimalist, so I don't have a whole lot of high-end stuff. But I have found that I can really appreciate the hobby. Among my other hobbies, I can appreciate the radio hobby just with simple things. And, a decent, simple radio, a decent, simple antenna. It's really all that's required. And you can tell from my room, I think, that I'm really into kind of the mood. The lighting is really important to me. Now, I kind of had the lights on low. And I think that has something to do with my origins with the hobby. It kind of takes me back to when I was a kid and I was kind of huddled in front of a small radio with a glowing dial and tuning in all of these distant stations, and that really captivated me. And so something about listening to the radio always has to do with kind of the mood. I just don't want a big bright room with lots of things going off. I like a kind of a quiet scene with just a dim light glowing. One of the things that you might have realized or noticed in my radio room tour was that there weren't a whole lot of radios there, and you may be wondering, well, what the heck, where are all those other ones, the 2200 and the 3100 and the 909X and all these other radios that you bring out over the years. Well, I've got them, but I don't keep them out. I like to keep a minimal number of radios out, and as you can see here, I have this new acquisition this last year. I got the Panasonic 2600, and I'm just still kind of playing around with that radio, and I love it. And right now it's in the kind of the prime position. I usually have one radio that is in the kind of the prime position, and I rotate them based on my whims. Really, I'll play with this one for a few weeks, and then I'll decide, oh, I think I'll get the Sangean 909X, and I'll stick that out for a bit, and or the 44, the DX 4400. No, I'm sorry. What's it called again? The DX 440. That's what it's called. I'm bad with numbers. I tend to keep, with the exception of a few that I have out on the shelf, I tend to keep most of mine put away, and for a couple of reasons. For one reason is I want to keep them nice. I take the batteries out and put them in a nice sealed containers, keep the moisture out, keep the dust out, keep them nice and clean. I want I want these things to last as long as possible. The second reason is that, I think most of you guys will understand this. There's certain people in my house that don't need to know how many radios that I have. You know what I mean? You want to kind of keep it subdued and, kind of keep it a little bit, you don't want to brag. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little tour today, and I'm looking forward to making some more videos from here and from outside this year. I've got some ideas, but I do thank you for tuning in and sharing a little bit of my radio room with me today. So until next time, peace, my friends. We'll see you soon.